Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. We are back. Cricket is back. International cricket is back. And so are we with a new season, new episodes of Sports Century Tips. We had a great time, predicting during IPL. So we thought, why not when international cricket is back? And we've got what a fabulous opening day. I would call 27th November as the opening day when international cricket really got back on track. Not just because international cricket is happening for the first time, because it's not, but also because the first time there'll be crowd. There will be 50% capacity, hopefully, in Sydney Cricket Ground when India takes on Australia tomorrow in the first ODI. This will be India's first ODI since March. So lots to look forward to, and there are two other matches. But this session is only going to be about India versus Australia, one day international, the first one day at Sydney Cricket Ground tomorrow. And the panel here is, we have a full house, people. So kudos to us. Kudos to us. And also, I think, just for people who don't know this format, it's very simple. There's nothing much to know, except that there are 6 predictions. These experts are going to do their best in making the right one, making a right prediction. And Mustafa has already got a few right. We've got Mayuresh, who used to support Chennai Super Kings during IPL, but then you can see from his T-shirt that he's not changed his colors, so to say. All right. Okay. So people, I hope I can get started, unless you have some very, some impressive opening remarks to make. Anybody? No? I only get
Exciting match. I think the energy of the crowd, which was simulated in IPL through those stereo speakers on the ground, will finally be replaced with actual cheers. So I'm just happy that cricket is back on track, and I'm glad that people can go and enjoy it in the stadium. And I hope even we can do the same very soon.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We're all looking forward
And
to
in
it.
terms of the match, I think the only way that India has right now is Kohli, right? He's one of our main contenders to perform in Australia, and he's the one who's not had a good IPL, not had a good captaincy also during IPL. So this is going to be a very big, disadvantage for India going into the series. So Kohli's performance is going to be very crucial. Although we have so many good batsmen who can replace Kohli, who showed up in IPL very well, and hopefully they can convert those 20 over scores into 50 over bigger innings.
Sure. I think KL Rahul would surely want to make a big bang comeback. But as Anuradha told me the other day, what a fabulous job the IPL management did, in organizing this massive event. 60 matches almost over that period. Entire logistics. It must have been some logistical challenge, and it was overcome very well. No infections during the tournament. That is something. So we just hope that cricket can take the next step tomorrow, where the crowds are going to be back, and hopefully things will start becoming more normal. Also, remember, people, this is this one-day international series. Just to give it a little more context, it's part of this ODI challenge. It's like the Test Championship. There's also the ODI challenge leading up to the 2023 World Cup. So that is also, you get points, etc. So that also adds an extra flavor. All right, without wasting any further time, let me start, and I will start with you, Abhishek. Okay. So my first question of the day: how many runs will the team batting first score tomorrow? 260 to 285, 285 to 310, or 310 plus?
Interesting. I think I'll keep it very simple. If Australia bats first, I'm looking at a 300 plus score, for definitely looking at 310 plus, because they have a stable opening pair. They know whom they are playing 11 over B. I think India has got a lot of doubt tomorrow with their combinations. Uh, Whatever reports that I was reading, looks like Mayank Agarwal will open with Shikhar Dhawan. But if I was looking at that, I would have definitely gone with Shikhar Dhawan and KL Rahul and bat Manish Pandey in the middle. So that's the composition probably to see. So I think if India is batting, I'm looking at somewhere around 285 uh, plus. I won't say a larger, but if Australia is batting, definitely a 300 plus.
Okay. All right. So you're saying Australia 310 plus, right?
Yes,
That's what you're saying.
absolutely.
Okay. Anuradha, what is your view on this?
Ditto.
Oh God. So okay. So
First of all, it will be a high scoring match for sure. 280 plus, 285 plus, definitely. And Australia batting first might make it more than 300.
okay. So, but the options are 310 plus. I knew a lot of people will go for 300 plus. That's why I moved the options a little.
I know.
Good one.
285 to 310.
Yeah, let me choose. Let me choose the second option, 285 to 300.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mustafa, what's your take?
I don't know. I want to go for 285 to 310, but I don't know. It's going to be a 50-over match after a very, very long time. So I don't know. Like, in the first game of IPL, even like, how Mumbai Indians batted, even though they're very strong batting side, they couldn't really achieve those big scores. So I'm not sure about it. If we will reach the 285 to 310 mark, so I'm going to go with 260 to 285. Just because it's going to be a long time after we will play a 50-over format. Because the 20-over and 50-over format is actually very different. The way you pace
Very
the innings, and
very
KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, they've done really well in the 20-over format, right? But
Correct.
again, the temperament that they would require to have in a 50-over game is going to be very difficult. And the experience right now in Indian team is somewhere lacking without Rohit Sharma also being there, the vice captain. And Manish Pandey, Mayank Agarwal, KL Rahul, all these are aggressive players. All these are players who play cricket a little faster. Although we know KL Rahul, he can moderate his innings well, but I'm still a little scared about that. So if there is an early collapse and if they need to build up the innings again, then it should be around 250 to 285.
Okay. All right. Fair point. Fair point, Mustafa. I think long time cricket. I mean, India has not played for a long, long time. Or even Australians have not played one-day international since July. So that's a long, long hiatus. Mayuresh, what's your view on this one?
I think if Australia bats 310 plus score, I think I'm predicting that. India bats, I think around 280 to 300, 285 to 300. I think there are two things because I think Australia normally the cricket fields are big. I think Kohli's main test is going to come when he's going to while fielding because he will not have Dhoni to depend upon.
Absolutely.
Rahul did a captaincy in Kings 11 Punjab, we know, but I think that was a 2020 format. The grounds were very much like Indian, like a Indian condition, so it was fine. I think that is where the problem is going to lie because I think every time there was a tense period or a dominating period, Kohli was turning to either Dhoni or Rohit when he was West Ham. But I think now this is a series where he is without them and he is also under pressure to perform. So that's why I said, let's see. That's why I'm saying a less scope.
Okay. Not resting on Kohli's shoulders, and
Yes.
This was not the tour that he would want. He would have wanted that to happen because
Yes.
there's a tour he has to leave midway.
And I think there is an additional pressure on him as a captain to answer because already people are talking about Rohit versus Kohli captaincy. So I think overall now it's a test of his batting availability plus his captaincy availability. How good is, because I think everybody talk about IPL, that team was not fit enough. Bangalore was not a good enough team. But I think Indian team is a very good team. Let's see what his captaincy is now.
Okay. This is Mayuresh almost pitting him against Rohit Sharma. Let's ask Harsh. We did talk about Rohit Sharma a lot in our previous Sports Center perspectives on this tour.
Mumbai Indian fan was talking.
But what do you think, Harsh, on this question? We'll come to the other questions later. Yeah.
I'll be conservative. I'll go with 280, 260 to 280. Predominantly because Sydney has never been, not many 300 plus scores in Sydney, other than the last that I have seen was in 2015 World Cup, semi-final of course, but not sure, but I have seen more of 250s and 270s in Sydney rather than 300s. But I think Aussies batting and Indian batting, they both lack experience. They both are good enough. Kohli, yes, he's the captain. He will be under pressure. But I think the batsmen who will be missed, because of which I'm not saying that India will, if they bat first, they will score 310, and they will not. It is because of the absence of Rohit Sharma.
Of course. Rohit Sharma is
reason,
massive presence in the ODI.
Massive presence.
Things, absolutely, much more than Tests or T20s even.
And
Yes.
And I think another part which I'll add to Harsh is like, I think the field placing. I think this is where Dhoni, as a keeper and a mastermind, was a very much helpful to
Yes.
Kohli. And I think one point which I said, it's not Mumbai, because I think last series when we played in New Zealand, where Dhoni was not there, we saw how somewhat Kohli was exposed because the field placement was not correct. That's what my predictions are. Yeah.
All right. And anyway, Australian grounds are much bigger than the New Zealand grounds.
Yes.
So the field
And
placement.
Dhoni was not only supportive to Kohli, he was also supportive to spinners.
Yes. Very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So that was his main plus point behind the wickets.
So very,
Other
very,
than his stumping, so we'll miss his stumpings also.
very interesting series coming up. Abhishek, second question. You know, lots of questions outside these 6 questions that I'm going to ask. But who will be India's top scorer tomorrow? Will it be Shikhar Dhawan, Virat Kohli, or Mayank Agarwal?
Tough one. I think safe answer would be Virat Kohli to go with.
Okay.
I mean, I'll back my answer because Dhawan will face Mitchell Starc, right? And he a left arm bowling to Shikhar Dhawan. There's a high chance that the slip cordons in the Australian with that field setup. I have a feeling we might lose Shikhar early tomorrow his game. For that reason, no, I'm going with Virat Kohli. I'm still not sure if it will be Mayank Agarwal tomorrow playing or Manish Pandey. So I'll go with Virat Kohli.
Okay. Okay. And rather safe as a bank, Virat Kohli or somebody else?
Sorry, that took a second. Mayank Agarwal.
Mayank Agarwal. Okay. Wow. I mean, he has, of course, a lot to prove. So.
Was that an anti-incumbent answer?
Yeah, I tend to go there, but I guess I think Ravi Shastri is definitely going to play Mayank Agarwal alongside Dhawan, and he definitely sees something that some of us see. So I'm hoping Mayank can
Sure.
do really well in this
It's
one.
coming off a great IPL season too. So yeah, Mustafa.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with what Anuradha said. I'm gonna bank Mayank Agarwal because first game he has a lot to prove. I think on his shoulders. I do feel like even Kohli has to prove, but the form Mayank was in, like even though I know he got out, he didn't score as many runs as KL Rahul in IPL. But whenever I saw him bat, the connection, the timing, the strokes he was playing were genuine cricket shots. Like the pulls he played, the drives he played were completely genuine cricket shots. And I think those sort of genuine cricket shots work the best in Australia because those are the shots that you go for. And the outfield is fast enough that they will allow you to score those boundaries also. And the gaps in the outfield are also big enough for you to score those boundaries since it's a bigger ground. So I'm gonna go out of the blue and back Mayank Agarwal for this first match.
Sure. Okay. Mahesh.
I'm going to back Shikhar Dhawan because I think Shikhar knows tomorrow Rohit is not there. Maybe he will be playing himself in, and I think as per I think he's a very experienced person, and I think he also have a point to prove because it is his place also in contention. Because if he fails, then there are a lot many openers to fill in. So my prediction is I'll go with Shikhar Dhawan or Virat Kohli. That is my prediction.
So finally, who are you going with? Is it safe?
I'll go with Shikhar. Shikhar Dhawan.
You're going with Shikhar Dhawan. All right. Harsh.
I'll go with Virat Kohli, not because he's safe as a bank, but because he has been out of touch for a very long time. He has a point to prove.
He does.
And
Absolutely.
whenever he's in a situation where he has the point to prove, he scores.
Normally proves that point.
Backing him. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, Harsh, why don't I start the third question with you? And let's talk about bowlers. So which opening pair of pacers, Australia being the land of pacers, so which opening pair of pacers will take more wickets in the match? Will it be Mitchell Starc and Josh Hazlewood, that pair? Or will it be Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah?
I'll always go with India if you give me that option. So I'll always see if Virat Kohli is safe as a bank option in batting side, Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Shami are, your fixed deposits in bowling.
I
So I'll go
remember
with
that response from you in that session of us. So plus also I think Shami and Bumrah, they're coming off a good IPL season, both of them.
And Shami is in a
Mitchell
brilliant
Stark hasn't
form.
played much of competitive cricket. He may have played some Sheffield Shield, but not much of international cricket. So yeah. Okay, Mahirish.
I'm going to go with Stark and Hazelwood. I know Bumrah and Shami because I think Australia may take a conservative approach against these two because third line seamer India has bit of worry. But I think Stark Hazelwood with the conditions they know, it's a home conditions for them. I think they will end up, and I think India tail. More problem with is the Indians' lower batting order where Stark will be more effective. So I'm going with the Australians pair.
Okay, Mustafa.
I think I'm going to go with the Indian bowlers just because it's not just about the nets, right? When you play actual matches with high temperament, which Bumrah and Shami both have, right? They both have bowled in super overs. They've played those high tension matches in IPL. So I know they're not 50-50 overs, but at least for a bowler to handle that pressure and to understand the length of the pitch is very important. Because I think in the first few matches, even Shami and Bumrah were not on the mark, right? But when the IPL settled, then Bumrah also came back in the game and he also started picking up the kind of wickets that he generally picks up. So I feel like just the experience that they have from this entire lockdown and playing the IPL, that's why I feel I would go with both of them. Although Stark and Hazelwood, excellent bowlers. If it's their day, Stark can take a fifer at any given point. He can get the entire top order, lower order out. But I think since it's going to be their first match after a very long time, I'm hoping that they are rusty and Indian bowlers do better than them.
Okay, Anuradha.
India.
Okay, so Bumrah and Shami for you as well.
Bumrah and Shami for me, yes.
Okay, Abhishek.
I mean, they're match fit. They had a fabulous run in the IPL, and I mean, they're in the rhythm. I mean, I think, as you rightly said, Starch has not played much. Hazelwood here and there. I mean, he played, I think, couple of games for Chennai.
Games.
Most of the time was in bench.
Right.
Couple of games, yeah, I think so, and definitely, and at this point of time, I think these two paces, along with Chahal, are a dream for a captain. So definitely, it's Shami and Bumrah for me.
Okay, Abhishek. Thank you. We will start with a very, very ODI specific question.
Swapnil, what's your answer here for this one?
I think I'll go with what you guys have mainly predicted. I do think that these guys are a bit short on match practice. Yes, Stark has played some Sheffield Shield, some first-class cricket, not so much of list A, one-day cricket. And plus, the pressures are different. Hazelwood hardly got a game, I think 2-3 matches. So clearly Bumrah and Shami, even the class, I mean, if you look at white ball bowling, I think they're not too different in terms of class. I think Josh Hazelwood is a little lower as compared to the other three bowlers. So as a white ball bowler, I don't mean as a red ball bowler at all. So I would go with the Indian pair as well. Okay, Anuradha, because you interrupted me, I will go with you for the first question.
How dare I?
What I meant is, because you put the spotlight on me, let me put it back on you and ask you a very, very ODI specific question. Which power play will yield the most runs in the match? Now, there are 3 power plays. Of course, 0 to 10 is a mandatory power play. Then there is the second power play can be taken at any 10 over stretch between the 11th over and the 40th over. And then there's a third power play, which is the 41st to the 50th over. Now, so which power play will yield most runs? Whether it's innings 1, power play 1, which is 0 to 10 overs. Innings 1, power play 3, 40 to 50 overs. Innings 2, power play 1, or innings 2, power play 2, which is 11 to any 10 over block between the 11th and the 40th over. What's your take?
I have no concrete logic to back this, but some gut. So let me go with the second option, innings 1, power play 3, 40 to 50 overs.
Okay. All right. Abhishek?
I think yes. Innings one power play 40 to 50 is that period of 10 overs where most likely the runs will be more than the first 10 overs. I feel so. So yeah, I'll go with option B as well.
Okay. Harsh?
Little tricky actually because innings 1 and innings 2 both 0 to 10 are pretty favorable. But my gut says that it will be innings 1 0 to 10.
Innings 1, 0 to 10. All right. Okay. Irish?
I'll go with the option of power play 3, 40 to 50. First innings 40 to 50.
Okay.
I think this is a very tricky question because I think after a long time ODI is having so, but I'll go with the most safe option.
Yeah. Okay. Mustafa?
I think I'm not going to risk it out here. I'm going to go with the option B, innings 1, power play 3.
Yeah. I think the one thing which we all will realize is how one-day cricket is so different from T20. It's not just a matter of 20 overs and 50 overs. A lot of people will think, hey, if you're scoring 180 in 20 overs, why can't you score 400 every time you play 50 overs? But that's not how it works, right? The momentum, the ebbs and flows of the games are very different in ODI. So, it's including the power play, right? Even the power play will get...
Beauty of ODI cricket is from the 11th to the 40th over. That's where the matches turn. The middle overs. That's where the batsman temperament, the captaincies comes into picture. So very rightly said.
Okay. All right. Mustafa, why don't I start the fifth one with you?
Sure.
Now, let's talk about all-rounders. Which all-rounder will have the biggest impact in the match? We've got 3 all-rounders and a 4th almost all-rounder. I don't know whether he's going to bowl, but let's talk about the 3. First, you've got Marcus Stoinis coming off a very decent, very good IPL season, one must say. Ravindra Jadeja, who started to bat better as the tournament progressed. He started to bowl better as the tournament progressed as well. Then you've got Glenn Maxwell. Now, he had a very, very poor IPL season, but remember, he had a very good ODI series in England just before the IPL. So, which happened in September, by the way. And the last guy is Hardik Pandya. Great, batting, explosive batting in the last overs, but he didn't bowl. And we don't know if he's going to bowl tomorrow. So which is the option that you're going to pick?
Difficult. So I'll tell you my premium choices are Jadeja and Stoinis. I think these two are the fair choices. It has to be one of these guys exploding. Jadeja, although CSK didn't have a good IPL, I think Jadeja had a decent IPL with the bat and with the ball, both I would say. He scored, I think, a couple of 50s in the end also. I think he did score 50 at the end of the tournament also. So he was going good. Stoinis had a very good start to the tournament and a very good end to the tournament. Middle phase was a little off, but his bowling started to get better end of the tournament. He took a lot of wickets at the end of the tournament for Delhi. And I think since it's an Australian ground, I'm going to go with Stoinis for this one.
Okay, all right. Anuradha, who's your pick?
Stoinis.
Safe as a bank, this one. Nobody's going to pick Hardik Pandya. That's the feeling I'm getting. But
is safe as a bank.
I don't think he's going to bowl. I really doubt it.
Sorry. You're saying is safe as a bank a choice for today, or are you going to use this throughout this tournament?
No, I meant for this match, given the choices and given the question.
Yes, it's safe. It's a safe choice. Absolutely.
Okay, Abhishek.
Well, I'll give a small history to what my answer would be.
Okay.
I think starting from 1999, when every time India toured Australia, the verbal war between the teams were always there. So the Glenn McGrath will give a statement, or the whole babysitter episode with Rishabh Pant. And this time already Sehwag has flared with that 10 crore cheerleader comment on
Glenn Maxwell.
Maxwell. So I think my pick for tomorrow would be Glenn Maxwell.
Oh
with that flair that's going around in the media right now. So
Is that a controversial choice or what? Okay, Abhishek. Harsh, what do you think?
Uh, the question says Hardik Pandya if he bowls. So if he bowls, then yes, he is going to make a big impact.
Mhm.
If he's not, then I agree with Abhishek, Glenn Maxwell.
Okay, let's ask Mayuresh, who's wearing yellow.
I'm going to go with Glenn Maxwell, and I agree with what Abhishek said. Fully agree.
Wow, I'll tell you what. I didn't expect those many Glenn Maxwell choices, to be honest.
I did.
I'm really surprised. I thought, after the indifferent IPL, he would just be very, very much down in the pecking order when it came to performances. But you guys surprised me.
But it was 2020. I think we have to think it's a 2020. This is one day series, and Maxwell is a different player in one day, that too 2020.
All right. Okay.
But I think the bowlers that India has, I don't think Maxwell's got a chance. Sorry, guys. I don't think he's going to play.
Okay. Let me then. This is the final one, Mayuresh. I'm starting with you. I know who you're gonna pick for this one, but who's your pick for tomorrow's match?
Okay. I'm going to give you very easy answer for this. My pick is Australia for tomorrow's match, and reason for it is very simple. Last two series against Australia, India has lost the first match, but they have won the series. So I am hoping to go with that trend.
But remember, 2020 was an even year. Mumbai Indians won it.
Okay, that is fine, but I'm hoping that last series also India lost the first ODI to Australia, and they went to win on the series. I am hoping for that trend to continue.
Okay, let's hope karma plays its part. Harsh, let me reverse the order. Let me come to you. What do you think?
Always India.
Always India. Okay. All right. Okay. Abhishek?
India.
It seems these guys are not even thinking. There's patriotism, completely getting mixed in
Sports
terms of
NT.
prediction.
It's Sports NT, and it's India versus Australia. You will always back India.
So, the very combination sports NT predictions is an oxymoron, honestly, because you are mixing your personal prejudices. And rather, are you going to do the same, or will you get a different answer?
You have to drop this question in the future videos, please.
Actually,
Because this is very tricky. Yeah? Okay.
Thank God we had Mayuresh pick Australia. Otherwise, this answer would have gone to waste.
But your question then should have your question should be something else.
Okay.
Your question should be, who are you betting your money on? Okay.
Okay. Who are you betting?
The loyalties. I mean, this loyalty might change suddenly.
That's right. Okay. Who are you putting your money on? Okay. All right.
Still India.
Let's ask the money question. Who are
So
you
see, I'll tell you something. I was just reading on that. So in terms of records, I am also one of those people who has these things like Mayuresh said, "Aisa hua tha, to aisa ho sakta" type. But I'm not too sure anymore. Also, the fact that on Sydney, at Sydney, India has had a really bad record.
Horrible.
I think
horrible
they
record.
won only 2 matches. Okay, one was 2008. Rohit Sharma was there.
Yes.
Okay,
And Virat Kohli wasn't. Yeah.
And the last match we won at Sydney was 2016, right? So it's just 2 matches. We have won only 2 matches.
We lost 14. Yeah, 14-2. That's the record.
Third one coming up tomorrow.
So the third one, I hope, is coming up tomorrow. It's India.
Okay. It's quite something that India has such a poor record in Sydney in one days, while the test record is pretty good in Sydney. It's a very good test record.
Absolutely. Talk about test, it's Sachin Cricket Ground.
Exactly. It is Sachin Cricket Ground.
And in 2008, it was Sachin who won the match. I think Sachin 100. We will never forget that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
the first one-day 100 in Australia. Absolutely.
Australia.
Mustafa, who's your pick?
All Indian players have played high-pressure games, and all Australian players just haven't been exposed to the same level of temperament on a cricket ground. So I still feel that even though the facts and the records are against India, I still feel India is going to win tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. We had a young fan making an appearance, a special appearance. Can we say hi to the young fan? Hey, hi.
Say hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So this is hello.
Hi.
Okay. All right.
Thank-
Great, guys. I think lots of questions as we go forward. Anuradha's already banned one question, which is this one. So I'm hoping we'll not repeat this one from now on. No India versus Australia. No picking sides here. We all, yeah, I know. We're going to talk about players. We're going to talk about more predictions. There's so much more to come, but we're hoping to make a great start tomorrow, guys. So, fingers crossed. Hopefully the best team wins, but more importantly, we get to see some very good cricket after such a long time. Thank you so much, people. Thank you for your time. It was lovely as always having you here. And
Thank
until
you.
next time, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
People.